Okay, we're back with another video in the Verifying Trigonometric Identities series. In this case, we want to verify that cosine x over 1 minus sine x equals 1 plus sine x over cosine x. In this case, I'm going to work on the left-hand side because having two terms in the denominator tends to be a little bit more difficult to deal with than if we just have one term in the denominator of a fraction. So the technique that I'm going to use here is I'm actually going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator in this case. So the conjugate of 1 minus sine x is 1 plus sine x. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom of the equation by 1 plus sine x. And we're going to see that nice things can happen when we multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So let's handle the top first. I'm actually just going to leave the top as that expression for now, and you're going to see why that is in just a second. Now 1 plus sine x times 1 minus sine x, that's actually the difference of squares pattern. So what we end up with is 1 minus sine squared x. Okay, and again, this is supposed to equal 1 plus sine x over cosine x. Now again, if we were to multiply this out, we get 1 times 1, which would be 1. 1 times negative sine x, which would be negative sine x. Sine x times 1, which would be positive sine x, so the negative sine x and the positive sine x are going to zero out. And then sine x times negative sine x is negative sine x squared. That's the difference of squares pattern. Now, what I'm noticing here is that 1 minus sine x is actually an identity, and I'm going to make a replacement. 1 minus sine squared x is cosine squared x. So if we look, or if we compare the left and the right-hand sides of the equations, what we see is that we're actually pretty close. We have a 1 plus sine x here, we have a 1 plus sine x here. We have a cosine squared x in the denominator and a cosine x in the denominator. So here what we can do is we can actually divide out a common factor. This would become 1, and then this would now be just cosine x, not cosine squared x. So if we rewrite this, we get 1 plus sine x over cosine x, and that's equivalent to 1 plus sine x over cosine x. So again, we have successfully verified this to be an identity, this equation to be an identity. We'll see you in the next one.